Okay, good evening everyone. My name's Rosie Hamilton. I currently work as a senior test engineer and I've been doing software testing since 2005. I'm the author of a software testing blog that gets approximately 5,000 views a month. So I like to think I know a little bit about software testing. And one of the things that I've sort of seen and in the workplace is that there are some traps and some stuff that you can do quite easily to help your software testers succeed. So I haven't got much time with this 8 minutes tonight, so I'm just going to jump straight in. If you take one thing away tonight, I want you to take away that testing is hard. Okay. Now, in order to test something, we need to either be aware of it or we need to understand it. And what we've got up here is a matrix of awareness and understanding. And this sort of matrix is divided into 4 boxes, and in the top left-hand corner, that is the easy box, okay? The top right and the bottom left, they're the hard boxes, and then the box at the far bottom right, that is the impossible box, and that's one of the reasons that testing is really hard, because you can never test anything that's in that bottom box. But what you can do is you can get automation code, which can cover like the green area in the top left. And then once you've got some automation code testing the really easy box, that kind of frees up your human testers to extend into the hard boxes at the side. So what we need to do to make testers succeed and to make this whole process easier is we need to basically try and shrink the impossible box in the bottom right and move some bits of the impossible into the hard boxes, and then move some of the stuff that's in the hard boxes into the easy box where we can get test automation code to sort of cover it and pick it up to free up the time of our testers. So, how can we do this? How can we help our software testers succeed? Well, the first thing that we can do is we can give our testers the gift of visibility. This is going to improve their awareness by giving testers access to things like repository, server, database. If your testers can actually see this stuff, then they have a chance of finding a problem with it. If they have no visibility, then they have 0 chance of finding any problems. So straight away, just by giving your testers access to things, you're going to increase the chances that they can find problems for you. Stuff like on here, which most people would take for granted, like accounts with all permission levels. As a tester, I found myself in a situation once where I wasn't allowed super admin access to the thing I was supposed to test, and I was emailed a screenshot of the admin page and told, well, you can't have access, but you can test the screenshot, right? Things like, if you've got testers working with different browsers, different operating systems, put your hand in your pocket, buy them a browser stack account, or get them some tools which will actually help them test all of this stuff, because it's really hard. Likewise with devices, if you've got testers working on mobile phones and tablets, give them the actual devices so they can use it like an end user. So just coming back to this, so by increasing the awareness, what we do is we push what's in the bottom right box up a level, we move everything towards awareness. So it gets the impossible box becomes a bit harder, but the hard box becomes a bit easier. And we can also, there's another thing we can do, we can also sort of try and increase sort of understanding as well. And we do this by empowering testers with the gift of learning, because testers love learning stuff. So what you can do to help your testers is like when they're asking questions, like explain all the details to them, not just like how something is working, but also why. If we understand business logic, then we may be empowered to sort of find flaws in that. Testers also work really well with pair activities. I've done quite a bit of mob testing and working with other testers, as well as sort of sometimes I've done pairing with developers as well. When you pair up a dev and a test, you get like a really fast feedback loop, which can help. A few more things on here. Invest in testers via conferences. I went to Test Bash Manchester last year. It was absolutely awesome. It was one of the best conferences I've ever been to. If you have testers in your organisation, send them to conferences where they can meet up with other testers and learn from other people. Also, training materials. Buy your testers' books. There's lots of really awesome books out there. Explore It by Elizabeth Hendrickson, or Dear Evil Testers, one that I've got on my desk. But one thing to remember with like sort of giving your testers awareness and sort of making them aware and helping them with understanding is that this stuff takes time to become aware and time to understand. So There's like this graph here where we've got difficulty, and you start at the top and like testing's really, really hard on your project. And it's only as time goes by that the difficulty level sort of curves down and becomes easier. So one of the flaws that like I've seen quite a lot of managers do is they will move their testers around all the time. So the tester starts off on the project and it's really difficult, and they just start settling in and becoming aware of what's going on and starting to learn. And then they get told, oh no, you're on this other project now, and you have to forget everything that you've learned, you have to start again. So what happens is the difficulty level just goes straight back up again. And I mean, learning takes time as well. You know, even just sort of like, not all testers will be multi-skilled to start with. So if you say to a tester, hey, would you like access to the database? And they go, what's SQL? I don't know what this is. It's going to take time and to develop that confidence to actually, you know, get the skills and get the awareness. So one of the worst things you can do is chop and change. So another thing when it comes to time as well is if you, let's just say you've got like a native tester, somebody that knows the application, and then you've got like a visiting tester coming in that's new. Applying more people to a complex product to try and speed up testing will generally have the effect of slowing it down, because the person that knows the application, instead of spending their time testing it, they'll now be spending all of their time sort of explaining and helping the other person get up to speed. So it's kind of like a bit of a false economy and a bit of a detractor there. I'm aware that sort of running out a bit of time for a bit, so I'm just going to leave you with a quote at the end. This is a quote by a Dutch motivational speaker. When a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. If your testers in your organisation are struggling, you probably don't have to fix the testers, basically. You just need to fix the environment that they're working in. So by doing things like giving them time to learn, time to understand things, you know, that's what your testers need. They need fixes to the environment. You know, if your testers aren't functioning well, don't sack your whole test team, because that's just not going to work out well. And that's everything I've got to say. So thank you for listening.